So hello everyone. Welcome if you're new to the channel. Welcome back if you love me. I love you too. I'm here. Well, I'm here because I read. I'm having my coffee. Okay, and I picked up this cup, and of course I'm reading my mantra. The morning mantra is, Dear Universe, whatever you would have me say, whatever you would have me do, wherever you would have me go, if it's in the highest good of all, so be it. And I live by this, right? And it's got me where I am. It's got me where I am. And I take in a lot, you know. I take in a lot. I watch different things on social media, things that come up in shorts and reels and feeds, and you know, different things that other people talk to me about or send me, like, you know, I kind of take in the collective energy. I'm hyper empathic, and well, once you see the mirror, like really see it with people, you can't unsee it. The one-way and two-way mirrors of people. And I see it all the time now. Obviously, I spend the most time interacting with other people at my day job, right? I've gotten myself to a point that, you know, with just me and my son here, you know, living just me and my son, not having any partners or, you know, friends that are constantly coming over, come and go in, like, most of my interactions with people in the world are my day job. And I noticed a few things. And maybe, I mean, obviously this video is going to help someone see, because Spirit wouldn't have me here doing what I'm doing, saying what I'm saying, where I am, if it wasn't in the highest good of all, so be it, right? I noticed with certain people, their mirrors at my job. And I really have been asking Spirit, like, why are they in my mirror, though? Like, why? What is it that I'm supposed to see? One, I absolutely fucking love her to death. Like, and it brings tears to my eyes thinking about it. Like, she's an awesome person. She's a sweet person. She's got a huge heart, and she could have a million red flags flashing in front of her and hope for the best, you know, like, because she wants to see the best in people. She wants to believe the best in people. She wants to believe that she is she knows who she is. Like, she knows she's the big heart. She knows she's the good person, and she wants to believe that people wouldn't hurt her because she's such a good person. The fact of the matter is, though, it has nothing to do with whether or not she's a good person. They're shitty people. You know what I mean? Like, they're shitty people. And they hurt her, and they steal from her, and they take her for granted, and she don't deserve that. She don't deserve that. And yet, in the mirror of things, she does, because she sees these red flags and chooses to ignore them because she don't know her own value enough to not be around those people, to not entertain time with those people. And it's crazy because, like, who I am and all the fun that we have fucking off at work, I kind of have to channel my 18, 19-year-old self to be that kind of fun, that kind of carefree whatever. But that's Grace, like, almost 20 fucking years ago. Like, who I am today, if I were to just be that person all the time around her, we probably wouldn't fucking love each other to death like sisters, you know. I literally have to channel my old Grace just to love her, just to love her to death. Like, I don't know how to tell her, like, you deserve better than these fucking people with all these red flags. Like, see the red flags and run. Like, I know you don't want to be alone, but you really don't want to be around these people either, you know? Another one is so fucking nervous to interact with people, to do anything. Like, they don't want to be there. They don't want to be there. But they're trying really hard, the best they can, to not fuck up. He barely talks, barely says a word. Like, even when he needs your help, he'll just tap you and show you things. Like, he won't speak. This fear of speaking, this anxiety, right? This social anxiety, which is the complete fucking opposite of me and the last one I was talking about. These two polar extremes, right? Especially because he can't. It takes him forever to do a good job, you know what I mean? And actually get it right. And he wants to do it good. He just struggles and can't. And she can do a good job. She really can. She just don't have the patience to. She don't care enough to. Like, one cares and wants to do a good job and can't, and one doesn't do the best job that she can, and she could, but she doesn't care. You know, like, polar extreme opposites, right? And then there's this dynamic that I've been trying to figure out. Because this person in particular reminds me a lot of who I considered to be my quote-unquote twin flame for the longest time. I was actually attracted to and drawn to someone in a different department than me, who just so happens to be friends with the higher individual that reminds me of my ex. And I couldn't for the life of me understand the dynamic. And I'm aware of the fact that, because I hate omission. Lies, I can discern when someone's lying to me. I know when they're lying to me. That's a given. I don't fucking like it or appreciate it, but I can easily discern it. I know when someone's lying. Omission's a little harder, because they're not necessarily lying, they're keeping truth from me. And the person in the higher position omits. So the only way to really get to know someone who's omitting themselves, right? Constantly omitting themselves, is to make them extremely uncomfortable. Slowly push their limits into uncomfortable. And I cracked it the other day. I realized it. And I thought, he puts on so many different faces, so many different personalities, so many different interests that aren't really his interests in order to connect and relate to other people. That he doesn't even know who he is. He doesn't even know who he is. Constantly switching and changing. He's different in front of me. He's different in front of my coworker. He's different in front of his friend. He's different in front of second shift. He's different in front of admins. He's different in front of everybody. But who is he, right? That part was omitted. Who is he really, though? And he's always saying, y'all need Jesus. Y'all need Jesus. As a joke, but he's a big drinker. Big drinker, right? And he jokes about, yeah, if I walked into a church, it would go up in flames. And I'm wondering, like, this is, what is this, right, in the mirror? What is this? Because obviously that's not true. He wouldn't go up in flames walking into a church. None of us would, but why is that in the mirror, right? Because I'm always answering, I'm like, I got Jesus. Jesus loves me. That's, you know what I mean? Like, that's the mirror I'm putting back to. Like, me and Jesus are mad close. Like, you know, and I started to realize what was going on underneath that mirror and why him and his quote-unquote friend in the other department, they've been friends since school days, but he'll say he's not my friend, right? He'll say, oh, we're not friends. That's stretching it, you know, like, it's my life goal to make his life hell, to be his most hated person, right, on his list of hated people. I want to be the top, like, and he jokes, and I thought to myself for the longest time, like, but why? Right? Why? Why does he have this feeling about the other person? Like, he makes fun of them, like, he puts them down, like, even in private conversations, like, to me and whoever, like, the other guy can't even defend himself, he's not in the room, you know what I mean? Like, why does he go out of his way to hurt him? And this is the guy that I had an interest in, given I would never actually be able to long-term commit to him because, you know, he drinks, he smokes, he's a video gamer, and I can't. That could work for a short period of time, but it is not going to be long-term, right? I cannot commit. Y'all know me, right? So, but I was really attracted to him, and the person who's higher up, his quote-unquote frenemy, I guess, cock-blocked the shit out of it to the point of exaggerating and lying to said person outright about my intentions. And what's wild is that person admires the one in the higher position. He admires them and respects his word. And I'm not one to get upset about things not working out because I know resistance is the divine's way of protecting me, so I'm not, you know, upset about it. But at the same time, I'm being shown this mirror. And, like, why doesn't he want him to be happy? You know, why doesn't he want him to have a shot with a person who genuinely likes him, and I thought, why do I even like him? You know, like I started questioning, like, why do I even like him? Like, what is it? What is it that is so off-putting about the one in higher position when, you know, in the reality of things, the one in the higher position makes more money. He's not a bad-looking guy. He's a decent-looking guy, right? Train's going off, divine confirmation in the background, right? He's a good-looking guy. Not afraid of commitment. He is in a committed relationship, right? He's married. And he's everything the other guy isn't. Because even the higher-up guy who's like, he's not a good-looking guy. Like, he goes, I don't know why he's so picky when it comes to women. Like, if you look at him, like, he don't have nothing to be picky about. Like, his words, verbatim, right? I don't know why he's so picky. Like, if you look at him, he doesn't really have a right to be picky, you know? And but I think he's attractive, but that's besides the point. You know, one has the house, one doesn't. One has the wife, one doesn't. One has a close family, the other is, One is like the leader of the friends and the leader of whatever, and the other is the joke, right? The other is the one that's constantly being cracked on, constantly being made fun of, constantly being teased or bullied or taking the brunt of everybody's bullshit. One gets paid a lot of money and one doesn't, right? One gets paid more than the other at least, and it's just like, why would I be attracted to the person that doesn't have all the things the other guy has? And it's because the guy that quote-unquote doesn't have all the same things that the one higher up has, he's genuine. He's authentically himself. He doesn't change in front of this person or that person or the other person. He's genuinely the same person. Couldn't change himself if he fucking tried. He is the same person in front of everybody. That's it. And nobody else I've met. And not just in the work environment, I mean in general. In general. He is who he is. That's why I was attracted to him. He doesn't omit himself. That's why they're in each other's mirror. One completely omits himself and has everything, quote unquote, has everything, but has fucking nothing. Here, with himself. Constantly omitting it out. Constantly denying reality. That he is not anything he is in front of anybody else. And the other guy is completely authentic. And doesn't give a fuck what anybody else thinks of him. Like, I'm just me. And he doesn't, like... And he's perfectly content being alone. Where I'm pretty fucking sure the other character who's higher up, like... I don't think he'd be able to handle it. Being alone. One has nothing but respect for the other. One has no respect for the other. Complete opposites day and night. And it's a shame. It's a shame that the guy that is completely authentic drinks and smokes and plays video games because he's a genuinely awesome, authentic person. Like, you know, he's funny, he's quick, he's sharp, he's himself. Like, he's himself. You don't ever question who he is. He is who he is. And I was more attracted to him every single time that I've interacted with him. You know, more attracted to him because he's just genuinely himself. Nobody else has that. Nobody before that I've met before. And, well, I guess we'll see if there's someone else authentic in the future. But who hopefully doesn't drink or smoke or video game themselves to the point of not giving a fuck. Like... Because that's what I want. I want an authentic person. I don't want a person that changes in front of different people. I want an authentic person. That's who I want. I want a responsible, authentic person. And I asked myself why these people are in my mirror, right? Yeah, why are they in my mirror? The polar opposites. You know, the one that gets taken for granted, the big heart, she's in her 30s. She's attracted to these 18-year-old fucking losers. 18, 19, 20, 24, like young, much younger than her type fucking losers. And she's got the other kid, right, 18 years old, quiet, nervous, scared as hell to fuck up, in her mirror. And if she flashes back to who she was at 18, that's probably who she was. Scared to death, social anxiety. You know, I know her history, so I wouldn't be surprised. You know, being afraid to fuck up and, you know, being scared of what people think of them and, you know, trying really, really hard and still can't get it right. And the other one needing to loosen up a little bit and not give a fuck so much, you know what I mean? Like, stop caring so much. Like, it's okay. You can do a really great job, but maybe you don't have to try so hard to, you know, whatever. They're in each other's mirror. With the other two, the higher up and the friend in the other department, like, the one higher up probably fucking wishes, and mind you, they both fucking drink and play video games, okay? One just drinks a lot more than the other, and one smokes more, well, vape than the other. I don't think the other vapes at all, but that's neither here nor there. One probably fucking wishes he could just be himself. That he just knew who he was and could be that. Could take the hits like he does and not feel some type of way about it. Because the other guy, he gets fucking ridiculed, man. Like, their friend group fucking tear him to shreds all the fucking time. Like, he's the scapegoat. He's the one they're constantly fucking cracking on. Probably fucking wishes he could take that kind of hit and still not be swayed in who he is, right? Still be who he is. But he can't. He can't even be himself. He's afraid to take hits for being himself, right? Otherwise, he would be. Wild insecurity, right? And yet the other guy wishes he could have everything that the other guy has without being afraid of losing it, right? He has wild insecurities, afraid of losing it. Well, what if I go after a girl and she leaves me, hurts me, goes after someone else who has more than me, right? That's why he admires the guy that's higher up. You got the house, you got the wife, you got the job, you get all the stuff that I wish I want, and you're not at risk of losing anything, like you're confident. But he's not, though. It's a mask. You know what I mean? Like, one wears a confidence mask, and he's wildly insecure on the inside. The other is actually exuding real confidence in who he is, because he is who he is no matter what. And it's just wildly insecure that it's not enough, right? And here I am in the mirror like, but you are enough. I'm interested, you know what I mean? I'm interested, but, you know, they both drink and video game and escape reality for the same reason. The same reason. That's the mirror, right? That's the mirror. Wild insecurity. Same thing with the other two. Wild insecurity. So why are they in my mirror? And it hit me. wild insecurity. That's what they all have in common. And to be fair, they're in my outer experience because I'm wildly insecure about my dream. But I'm not wildly insecure about who I am. Right? I'm sitting there dancing, bopping, not giving a shit. You know, I've had everybody like, you're so happy. Like, how are you so happy? And I'm like, I'm just being myself. You know, I'm not a sad person. I'm not a depressed person, right? And that is their mirror, right? The outer reflecting their inner. There's a part of them that is not sad, not depressed, right? There's a version of them that exists that's authentic and happy and loving life and glad to be there. And, you know, that's why I'm in their mirror. I'm in their mirror for a reason. Polar opposite, right? I go after my dreams. I don't settle. I believe in stepping stones. I'm not wildly insecure about who I am. Who I am, I put it right out there all the time. You guys are here. I put it out there all the time. Wildly insecure is not my thing. And yet there is a part of me in the outer experience that is reflecting back to me, this version of myself that is wildly insecure. And I'm going to sit here right now and be like, I don't subscribe to that. I don't subscribe to that. The mirror is fascinating, right? They've all given up on some kind of dream. They've all settled there. I guarantee you. In their teenage years, they were 12, 13, 14, 15 years old. If you asked them what they wanted to be when they grow up, they would not have told you they want to be where they are. They all had a different dream. And I realized I'm in the same position. I've always had a dream. Of being on some kind of stage. Some kind of in front of people, reaching hundreds of thousands of people, millions of people. Like, I always wanted to reach people, and I'm over here with an algorithm that is literally preventing me from reaching people, because no one wants to hear how to heal, right? No one wants to actually hear it. And I was having this conversation with my Divine Rebel Diamonds, my memberships, the other day. Like, no one actually wants to heal. Like, if you look at the zodiac readings that I've been doing, like back when I used to talk about twin flames and talk about, you know, this and that, and it's okay, you'll find love and they'll come back, and this longing, and I was promoting this toxic, right, in my own ignorance, promoting this toxic dynamic ship of narcissists and empaths, right, that we call twin flames. I was getting thousands of views. Thousands. I just deleted all the twin flame shit off my fucking channel. All of it. At least that I could find. And one of the videos had like almost 9,000 views. You would never fucking know, looking at my present day zodiac reads, that maybe if I'm lucky, crack 40 views. Because now, where I'm at now in the journey, I'm talking to people so that they can heal and see themselves. But no one wants to see themselves. They want the tea. They want to know that their ex is suffering. They want to know that, you know, so-and-so is wishing them ill and they're succeeding anyway. Like, they want all that shit. And if you go on YouTube and you look at readers who give those kinds of messages, they got thousands of subscribers, thousands of views in hours. Nobody wants to fucking heal. The algorithm doesn't support healing. People don't want to heal. And so I have this wild insecurity about my dream, right? Because if you think about it, all of them gave up on a dream. It sucks. And I know that I'm at a weird place somewhere floating around in between. I know that they're in my mirror for a reason. Because I definitely don't want a loveless, sexless, not intimate, just my BFF roommate type relationship. I don't. I want to be so in love with my fucking partner. With their authenticity, right? Them just being who the fuck they are. In a healthy dynamic ship, not just with me, but with themselves, right? That they have a healthy relationship with themselves, that they're confident in who they are, they're not going to change for me or anybody as a character, you know, but that they're willing to be a healthy individual, like they don't drink and smoke and play video games and escape life and avoid life because life is this or that or whatever, right? They want to do things, they want to interact with me, they want to maintain that healthy, connected relationship, right? That's what I want. So I don't submit to that mirror, and I don't submit to I'm never going to find anybody. I might as well just give up because damn it, I'm doing the dang healing, right? And there's my divine confirmation of an alarm going off. Right? Divine confirmation of an alarm going off. I don't submit to the fact that there is no one out there to be with. I have not given up on that dream. You know, in the mirror of things, you know, the one higher up saying, like, who is he to be so picky? I mean, look at him. Who is he to be so picky? Well, who am I, right? Who am I to be so picky? Right, I'm 37 years old. My body's not in the best shape. You know, I have my own quirks and whatever. You know, I'm not some rich, wealthy, you know, lawyer type or whatever. You know, like I have my online shit. I light incense and read cards. Like that's what I love to do. I enjoy my job. You know what I mean? I make decent money for myself. But, you know, I'm no fucking prize. Who am I to be so picky? Who am I to say I don't want anybody that drinks and I don't want anybody that video games? Well, Grace, you kind of took everybody off the table then. Everybody drinks or smokes or plays video games. Like, who are you to be so picky? I know exactly who the fuck I am, and that's why I'm so picky. I know my worth. I haven't given up on the dream. That's why I'm so fucking picky. And there's people around me that got close. Like, okay, great. He's super authentic. Awesome. But he's wildly insecure and has given up that any girl would actually genuinely like him and stay with him. I genuinely like him and would probably end up staying with him. If the insecurities weren't, you know, wreaking havoc and he was just escaping and drinking drugs and video games. Because I still consider weed a drug. You're escaping some reality, even if it's just a little bit. That's my opinion. I don't give a fuck if you disagree. My opinion's my opinion. I smoked weed for about 2 decades, so I have my opinion on it. Yeah, I don't submit. I don't submit. I'm not going to be afraid to go out and socialize and meet people and have high anxiety and be afraid I'm fucking up. I am who I am. I will gladly just be who I am, authentic as hell. But I'm not living in my past 18-year-old self who's afraid that they're not good enough either. I'm not going back to that person just to meet a person. I'm straight edge as hell. I'm celibate as hell. I'm not going back to old, please accept me and tell me I'm good enough grace. My mother, the most toxic person in my life, literally had the balls to say to me, when they see the real you, Grace, they'll never want you. They'll leave you. They see the real you, they'll leave you. Well, I put on an act for a very long time. And nobody worth keeping wanted me. And I was going after anybody because I didn't feel like I was worth keeping. Then. Now. Oh, I am exactly who I am. And nothing could change me for anything. You couldn't change me for $1 billion. I'm exactly who I am. And I'm not entertaining the people who wouldn't love me just as I am. Who wouldn't appreciate me exactly as I am. And I'm not going to ask anybody to change for me. I'm going to love them exactly as they are. Because I won't commit to them otherwise. I just won't. If I'm committing to you, it's because I like you exactly as you are. And you don't need to change. I would never ask you to. I hope you would never. That you have gotten to such a place with yourself that you're good with you. Fuck what everybody else thinks. Fuck fitting in. Right? Fuck fitting in. Oh, all your friends drink and smoke and play games. Okay. Does that make you a better person? Do you feel good being that? Is it keeping the things that you want, truly want in your life from you? Ask yourself that question. Because that, that's ultimately what it comes down to. Even all the things that I watch on YouTube and all the different posts that I see coming up on social media, on Facebook and whatever else, like, people are so wildly insecure, they've all given up on the dream. The vast majority of them, I won't say all, God knows my Divine Rebel Diamonds haven't given up. I know that. They're right there believing with me every fucking day. Working on themselves, loving who they are every fucking day. In their mirror, figuring it out every day. Shout out to all my beautiful Divine Rebels. You guys are awesome. So yeah, I understand the mirror. Why the world is in the state that it's in. People give up on their dreams. They're wildly insecure. They're told they can never achieve it. It's impossible. Just settle. Just do this. It's good enough. Just be that. It's good enough. Talk this way. Act this way. React this way. Do these things. That's good enough. That's what everybody else is doing. Everybody else is wildly insecure and fucking miserable, giving up on their dreams, though. They're just settling in whatever the fuck they're settling in. You don't think you could do it? You don't belong on this channel. You've given up on your dream. You've given up on the dream of a happy relationship. You've given up on the dream of loving your job. You've given up on the dream of having healthy, supportive people in your life. You've given up on the dream of being comfortable in your aloneness. and being as comfortable around other people that you are comfortable no matter what, you've given up on that dream, you don't belong on this channel. I don't subscribe to that energy. So you wouldn't subscribe to mine either then. We're not the same. I believe in dreams. I don't believe in chasing dreams. I believe in catching them. I believe you can't win if you don't play. I'm fucking playing. This life thing, you bet your ass I'm fucking playing. I didn't take myself out the game. I ain't fucking settling for anything but peace and comfort and security and harmony, love, stability. I'm not fucking quitting. That's the only way you lose. This life thing, you can't lose if you don't quit. So don't subscribe to my fucking channel if we are not the same. Don't like the video. Leave. Click off. Go somewhere else. Go get sucked into the algorithm. Don't stay here. Definitely don't hit the fucking bell. Don't get notified that I'm putting some healing message out there. Don't watch it. Go see what tea is going on. Go see if your ex is suffering. Go see if your haters are getting their payback and you rising above it all. Definitely don't stick around here and look at yourself. Don't want better for yourself. Go back to your shit. Right? Because I got nothing but the best love and support for you here. I want nothing but your highest good here. Which is why I will continue to do as I'm guided and put messages like this one out there, because it's in the highest good, so be it. You didn't come here in this life to settle in not being good enough. You didn't come here to feel defeated and feel incapable. You didn't come here to suffer and be stressed out. You didn't come here to live in anxiety and feel insecure about who you are. That is not why you're here. I do hope you take the time to heal here or anywhere. I hope you take the time to heal, because healing is behind the reason why you're here. You're here to feel stable. You're here to feel confident. You're here to love yourself and love your life and the people in it. That's why you're here. You're here to enjoy it. You're here to enjoy the experience. You just got to choose that. To heal or not to heal, that is the question. To be happy or not be happy, that is the question. To feel safe or not feel safe, that is the question. To choose the right things or choose the wrong things, that is the question. To see the red flags or ignore the red flags, that's the question. To wish you had what you don't have, or make choices that align you with what you want, that's why you're here. That's up to you. Do you want to submit? Or do you want to get the fuck back up and keep going? Do you want to make better choices? Do you want to achieve your dreams? Do you want to love your life and who you are? Self-approval. Well, stick around. I look forward to serving you in the highest. Keep an eye on your mirror. It'll teach you a lot. Choose what you do and don't subscribe to. Until we next meet.